Hello, welcome into this mystery reading. It's Molly, the QuantumLeapQueen. Thanks for joining me on this reading. These readings are a timeless resource for you to come utilize whenever you need some extra nourishment in your life. So I'm going to set the intention, as always, to give you the best messages that you need to hear today. And let's begin. I'm going to start with the tarot. I'm starting with the Paz Tarot. So what are we talking about with this group today? I have the Knight of Cups. I have the High Priestess. I have the Seven of Wands. What else? And I have the Two of Cups. Okay. I kind of get the vibes that this was a relationship. Definitely could have been a romantic relationship. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. But I feel that this was a dynamic between two people where one person was really chasing another person. Also, there was fighting in this relationship of some kind in the form of like needing to prove yourself to this individual. So straight up, this is what I'm seeing. The Knight of Cups. This was that person. And I think at first they came in just like they are in this card, kind of offering their heart, being like, listen, I see you as the High Priestess, or I see you as someone that is very intuitively tapped in, third eye intuition, you read energy, essentially. And I think that there was just like this mysteriousness about you that this person originally saw, and they came in just like this cat on this horse, offering their cup to you. It's so funny, I'm noticing the moon too, and just like the little smug moon right here. You could have felt like a lot of resistance to initially getting into a relationship with this person, or just like you wanted to take your time and you wanted to like, I don't know, there's something like intuitively that you could have felt at the beginning where, looking back now, you're like, I think my intuition was really telling me something there. Yeah. And what I see is there was love here. There was no doubt love here. I am not downplaying that whatsoever. There was a deep connection here with this person. However, it evolved into something where it was like both of you were competing. And it was exhausting. I almost feel like it got reversed. Like if this Knight of Cups card were to keep moving, and then it's just like with the cup walking away, and then you feeling like, was I not enough for this person? Is there something wrong with me? Because it was like this person was still searching for their love then out, like somewhere outside of you. And there's lots of different ways you could have saw this unfold, but essentially that's the base of the energy that I'm getting. I'm definitely going to pull some more cards here. So what else does this group need to know about this relationship? I have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Wow, this speaks volumes to how both of you operate. You operate so differently. I mean, they're coming out as the Page of Swords. They're coming out as someone who operates strictly from the mind, from logic. And the pages are like the beginner of that. So you could have felt like this person, like the immaturity from this person. As well, you're coming out as the Eight of Wands. So you are heavily tapped into using your intuition to make decisions. Like, I just feel that you are much more of a feely person, feely, energetic, sensitive. And then you were dating someone who very much is in their mind and bases their life decisions on logic and analytical stuff only, not superly deep tapped into that energetic realm like you are. It's not right or wrong, it's just different. I just see it as you both operate very differently from each other. Okay. What else can I tell you? about this relationship. Something came out. There it was, the Three of Cups. It definitely could have ended badly. It feels like a really stark ending, or like there was something that happened that was so sudden and it just ripped you apart. There definitely could have been some kind of betrayal. And I think you saw signs like early, but your mind didn't want to believe it. It was just like looking past red flags until finally you got some evidence of something, and then your mind, like, that was what it needed to be like, okay, I see the truth now. Now things are coming to light. I'm picking up what you are putting down. Truly. So that's what I see there. What else? What else can I tell this group? I have the Moon. I have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Couple things. I feel this says, firstly, that you didn't want to leave, like, because you knew that it was going to be work for you to leave, as far as emotional work, a lot of emotional work, to leave someone that you felt really in love with at one point, super in love with. As well, I'm getting in this message, like, that's exactly why this person avoids their work, because they know how much work it is to do the inner work, to really look at yourself with an honest and humble perspective. Like, it's not easy. It's so, like, to look at your unhealthy ego is not easy to do. But the work that you do when you actually take the time to do that is profound, and it obviously comes back to benefit you. But that's a big signature of this person, is they just didn't want to do the work because they felt like it would take a lot of patience, time, all of the things, yes, that are required for actual work. So that's why they avoided it. And maybe are still avoiding it, probably. So yeah, it's kind of a double thing here. You did not want to leave that relationship, and they did not want to do their work. So it was just a really tough scenario at the end of the day. So, what else? What else? What advice is there for this group? I have the Page of Wands. You have a fresh start here. Like, truly, like, you have so much potential. Like, I just feel like you're an ideas person as well. Like, you get nudges to just do stuff. And the thing is that's different with you is you usually act on it. Because you have, I don't know, like a willingness to do a lot of things. You're not afraid to do the deep work. That also makes you resilient to, I don't know, excuses or playing small. Not that we don't all have those, right? We don't all have those moments, but I truly feel like if you've left this relationship or are leaving this relationship, you are discovering a new profound essence of inspiration. Like, truly getting involved in something that really sparks your soul. That is what I see is occurring here. And you have guidance. For some reason, I'm noticing this little frog on his shoulder here, on his arm. And I just, like, you're getting the whisperings. If you just keep listening, you're already getting them. Like, intuition comes in whispers usually. It's very subtle. So trust that you're being guided and honor that intuition, because you're already so tapped into the magic. So this is just a deeper opportunity for you to trust in what you're hearing from your soul. Okay. I think it's hit this person later, by the way. I have the Nine of Swords at the top of the deck. It's giving me this energy of like it hit this person later, what they lost. I think, or it will hit them later, depending on where you're at. I feel like for most of you, this is kind of a past situation, but it definitely could be present as well. But either way, this person does not realize until later what they have lost. And something about like the wound goes deep, right? Because they had someone that was so on their side, willing to do like truly willing to bend over backwards for them, and they didn't recognize the kind of love that they had at that time. And so it will come back as, you know, this card depicts here, like as anxiety or as like a regret or something. Obviously, I think by that point you have been well moved on, where you just see things so clearly you couldn't go back to this situation. And that's what's going to bother them. And it might bother them for a long time. I know for some people it's their whole lives. So just know that you are the one that got away because who you were with didn't recognize what they had with you in the moment, which obviously is so sad and just a tragedy. And there's no, like, you know, there was potential for love left on the table, and that's what sucks the most. But it's kind of like better luck next time. And honestly, if you stick with your Page of Wands where you're just free flowing with what the universe tells you to do and you honor the actions the universe is asking you to take, you get rewarded big time. So your life looks better after leaving a situation like this. And that's what that person sees too. You know, they get to see your glow up. But their journey is not yours and your journey is not theirs. So there's that separation occurring here. The understanding is what you are still uncovering. You're trying to get all the little details, all the scraps of evidence and all the information you need in order to understand this to the fullest, so that you understand yourself deeper, you understand other people's journeys at a deeper level, and therefore you just understand life at a deeper level. So that's what I see. Okay, let's move on to some oracle messages here. I'm going to start with the Rainbow Brain Skull Tarot, Oracle. Let's start with this deck. What is the best message for this group? Oh, thank you. It says no decisions, just grooving. Love that. Love that. That's exactly where you need to be right now. Like just grooving with it. This is number 37. Stop making life harder than it actually is. You don't need to tell your heart to beat, it just does. And that's a more important job than anything your chattering mind does. True. Let go and dance to the rhythm of it all. True. And this is like right with that Page of Wands energy, like truly just letting it flow. Like, not that you're not taking action, right? It's just you're getting the intuitive hits on what to do, and you honor those intuitive hits. That is what gets you on this path of divine timing and divine intervention, and the path that is like most aligned with your soul, truly. So it's not being logical on your way there. It's not being so analytical on your way there. That's exhausting. Like, just allow the information to come to you. Let it be that easy. Not that it's easy, the things that it's asking you to do. Like for me, my intuition asked me to sell all my stuff and prepare to leave the country within a 6-month period. And I did that, and I left the country. And now I found this incredible life in Mexico. And that's what it's asking you to do, is it's asking you to really trust it, to trust what it tells you without evidence. That's the faith. But that's also like the faith in your connection with everything. So if you strengthen that, that's what you're going to get back in return. You're going to get those rewards. Truly. Okay, let's pull from the Sacred Symbols Oracle next. That's this deck. What is the best symbol message for this group? I have water. Ooh, speaking of flowing, water. This is also the feminine energy. Number 18. Water. Emotions, receptivity, and a connection to bodies of water. Drawing this card is a symbol of connecting to your emotions regarding your question or situation. Allow yourself to be open to any changes of direction and let the element of water guide you in the right direction. Meditate with this symbol by a body of water in a bath or with a vessel of water to help keep the emotions pure and to assist you in being more flexible. So water alchemy, that's the symbol. This is the alchemical symbol for water. Yes. So beautiful. And it's in this same theme of flowing with it, hearing it. Like also the cleansing and the purifying of your emotions as well. If there is lingering emotions or if you're still deep in this, but again, for most of you, I think this is pretty past. It's a general reading, so lots of energies here. But essentially, the message is do the emotional work too here, because you get rewarded for that too. So if you still have heartache or frustration or anything you're experiencing in regards of this past relationship, work with it. Don't push it away. I don't think you're one to do that, but it's just a reminder here to work with it. Like get, like it said, the bath, get by a body of water. There's many things that you can do to help to transmute energies, clarify energies. Yeah. And just remember that you are powerful with that too. And your own intuition can tell you the best course of action for you to help to release what you wish to release. Okay. Yes. So, let's move on. I'm going to pull from the Animal Oracle next. Let's do that. That's this deck. I always have the decks listed below in the description. So, oh, okay. Nice. You are what you think with the flamingo. You absolutely are what you think you are. Let's see. 20. You are what you think, flamingo. Flamingo is not born pink. She takes on her color because of the pink krill she eats in a clear depiction of you are what you eat. She appears in your reading now to say, you are what you think. The medicine of this card requires a profound amount of discipline towards the way you think. The true importance of our thoughts is demonstrated by quantum physics, which reveals that what we feel and think greatly affects our reality. Our thoughts create a wave of energy that is then mirrored back to us in the material form with a delayed response. This means that you do not instantly get what you think, but if you feel and believe something for long enough, you will see that belief mirrored back to you at a future point in time. Flamingo asks, what inner narrative are you nourishing? Does the image in your mind produce an outcome of fulfillment or defeat? Flamingo's medicine suggests scripting for altering and transforming your inner beliefs. Scripting is the process of rewriting your story to program your subconscious with a new, more profound understanding of your existence. You will need to acquire a journal and dedicate at least 5 to 10 minutes every night to write out your new reality. Scripting before bed sets up your subconscious to have these ideas implanted while sleeping. Scripting is easy and fun. It's writing out the reality you intend to happen as if it is already happened, has already happened. For example, one might say, I am so excited I created my own business and it happened so easily. I'm connecting with people on such deep levels. I am so grateful I found the person of my dreams, etc. Scripting is an intentional brainwashing. And after about a month of scripting every night, you will see your world totally shift into your new reality and into your new story. So, yes, definitely. I think writing things down, is so powerful. It's so funny. I've had this story in the back of my mind for several minutes now to share, and now I gotta share it because it totally relates to this. It was in 2013, I was 17 years old, and I wrote a journal entry that I had completely forgot about. I said, in 10 years' time, I picture myself living near the ocean. I have a comfortable space, enough money to help support myself and do all the fun things that I want to do. As well, I have a business that brings me all over the world. And I wrote all of that in 2013. And then the very beginning of 2023, so exactly 10 years later, as I had wrote down, I moved to Mexico, and now I literally live a 5-minute walk from the beach. I can see the ocean from my balcony. I have a hammock where I can just lay and look at the water. Incredible. I forgot about it, and I found it like a month before I moved to Mexico. So write stuff down. You never know. And the scripting before bed is good. One thing I've been doing recently is meditations before bed, like a 30-minute, like Joe Dispenza meditation. And it's to get me in the energy of gratitude. And then also it gives me the time to focus on building my future, envisioning my future from the inside. And so don't skim past these practices. They are extremely powerful, and they're so incredibly simple, but yet that is life. That is reality. So yes, spot on for you. I'm going to finish this reading with the I Create My Reality, speaking of, deck. I think that's the perfect last deck for this reading. Okay, it says, shut up. It says, I create more of whatever I focus on. Jeez, Louise. Okay, let's read what it says. My potential to succeed is infinite. Once you choose them, you must always take responsibility for your goals. No one else will seek them for you. Inevitably, you will encounter difficulties. Approach them as opportunities to learn something new and surprising. Never doubt, not even for a second, on your limitless ability to conquer all challenges. When you change your perception of the challenges, everything becomes easier. It really is quite that simple. Truly, it's simple, but it's not always easy, right? It does take dedicated focus to notice your mind and to notice the thoughts and the identities that you are choosing. However, when you focus on it with, consistently over a period of time, then your mind truly starts to change. But it's that dedicated practice of taking radical responsibility for your thoughts, what you're choosing to focus on. It's everything. So, I don't think we could have pulled a more perfect card for you to end off this reading. So that's it. I hope this reading brought you nourishment and confirmation for exactly where you're at in life. Come on back whenever you need more nourishment. You can subscribe, comment, and I have my link below to work with me. So That's it. We'll see you guys on the next reading. Bye.